do to make our nail polish last longer, we have to prep the natural nail plate. First things first is you're going to want to remove your cuticles using a cuticle remover. Now, I'm not going to get into certain terms and this is the cuticle, this is the proximal nail fold. A little controversial because people call things different things. And for me, I have a very simple approach to when I'm doing my cuticles. And no matter what's called what, the method on doing it is the exact same. And in my personal opinion, just keep it super simple. Don't start cutting your cuticles. Don't be rough in any way. And you'll find the more that you do your nails and you push back your cuticles, the more they'll look more manicured. But personally, me, I don't ever cut my cuticles. I do have a cuticle nipper if I want to trim off any kind of hangnail or just dead skin. But basically, I don't cut anything. And the method I'm going to show you is very simple. Before we actually even use this cuticle remover, I want to say, if you don't have a cuticle remover and you don't have a cuticle pusher, that is okay. Even if you got nothing, you can still push back your cuticles. When you are done in the shower, usually the skin right there is very soft. So you can just take your fingernail and gently push it back. Now, that's not going to work as effectively as a designated cuticle remover, but I call that the most affordable way to do it because you don't need anything. A designated cuticle remover is more effective, but that is a way that you could do it if you just don't have one. And this is my favorite cuticle remover. It is the Blue Cross cuticle remover. It's from Amazon and it is a liquid cuticle remover. It is very gentle and I've been using it for 4 years and it's very affordable, and you get a big bottle and you're never going to use up this whole bottle. There are 2 cuticle removers that are pretty relatively available, and that is the Hansen cuticle remover from Walmart and the Blue Cross cuticle remover from Amazon. I prefer the Blue Cross cuticle remover over the Hansen one because the Hansen one has just a lot of chemicals in it, and this one is free of a lot of chemicals, so there's not just a bunch of parabens in it. But I will say it is a liquid one. The Hansen one is a gel cuticle remover, which is a little easier to use because it just doesn't get everywhere. But for me, I prefer the Blue Cross cuticle remover. After you choose your cuticle remover that you want to use, apply 1 to 2 to 3 drops towards the top of your nail right by the cuticle. Let it soak in for like 5 seconds and then take your cuticle pusher and start gently pushing back your cuticle. Never let your cuticle remover dry on your nails and then try to push back your cuticles because it just is not going to work. But I suggest absolutely using a cuticle pusher if you're using a designated cuticle remover, because you don't want to use like your fingernail or your finger when you're using a cuticle remover. You want this cuticle remover just at the top of your nail, a couple of drops, and that is it. You don't want to get it anywhere else on your body because of course it's dissolving skin. Now, if you're using the Blue Cross cuticle remover, it is not as harsh as other cuticle removers, but you know, it's still dissolving skin. I would suggest using a wooden cuticle pusher because they're a lot more gentle than a metal one. You can use a metal one, but you have to be very careful because when you put the cuticle remover on, your nails kind of slippy. And if you slip using a metal cuticle pusher, you can cut your skin, which I have done, and it hurts. Now, when I'm doing this, I do notice kind of hangnails and pieces of dead skin. So sometimes I will take a cuticle nipper and I will trim those off. But I would suggest being very careful and not cut any live skin. Because when you're doing your cuticles, you want it to be a good experience, not a bleeding. After you're done with your cuticle remover, it is now time to cleanse the nail plate. Now, personally, I use white distilled vinegar because the cuticle remover is very alkaline and this is acidic and it balances out the pH of my nail. But actually, isopropyl alcohol is very popular and is what probably most people use to cleanse their nail plate. These are pretty cheap and there are lint-free pads that you can get. You could put your isopropyl alcohol or your vinegar on it and then you just wipe your nail off. Hi! Sorry, I had to let my cat in. The bonus to using a lint-free pad, sometimes if you use toilet paper, you get the toilet paper fibers stuck to your nail. And you don't want that, so I suggest using maybe a lint-free pad or a paper towel. Isopropyl alcohol is pretty easy to find too. You can get it at Walmart, Dollar Tree. And I gotta say, I haven't really found a difference using the 70% or the 50%. I think that it's recommended to use 70%, but I'm not sure on that one because I've used 50%. I can't really tell the difference. Another nail prep step you can do before you go on to applying base coat is that you can take a file and just lightly file your nail and remove the shine from your nail, and that will help nail polish and gel polish last longer. Personally, I never really do this this step because I always file too much and I kind of damage my natural nail. So if you're going to do the step of buffing the shine off your nail, I would suggest doing it very, very carefully. But if you are going to do it, you want to do it before you apply any kind of base coat or nail primer. After your nail plate is cleansed, you can apply a nail dehydrator if you have one. Personally, I've done my nails many a times without using a nail dehydrator and it's been just fine. Nail dehydrator basically removes the excess oil or water off your nail plate because sometimes that can make your nail polish chip later on. So it is good if you want to apply one. Then after that, you can apply a nail primer. Now, a nail primer is most commonly used when you are applying gel polish or any kind of gel. And if you're just applying original nail polish, you can just skip the nail primer and apply a original base coat, which is usually a clear lacquer that air dries. Nail primer makes your nail sticky and gel sticks to that very well. And on the other hand, if you're doing original nail polish sticks really good to original base coat. It protects your nails from getting stained and it makes your manicure last longer. So you definitely always want to apply base coat. Alright, so your nails are ready to be painted. Hello Ascenders! This is episode 1 in my new video series called Budget Nails 101. This series is all about doing your own nails at home as affordably as possible. And in this video series, I'm going to be going over nail prep, nail care, painting your nails with nail polish, painting your nails with gel polish, polygel, gel-X nails, and doing it affordably so you can save money. So if you're new to doing nails and you want to try it out, you don't know if you like doing it or you might go back to the salon, this will be a perfect video series for you because you could try it out without spending too much money. Or if you've already been doing your nails at home and you want to save some money in different aspects of doing your nails to maybe save up for the next collection or an indie brand polish. Alright, our nails are fully prepped and ready to paint. But for that, please click on the next episode in this video series, which is all about painting your nails with nail polish. And remember, Ascenders, our dreams ascend with high speed. Love ya. I'll see you in my next video. Meow. Bye.